How do you balance entrepreneurship, having a family, and a 9 to 5 job? We're going to get into all that. But first, we have to talk about how these videos work. What I'm doing here is I'm building my business in public. And what I want to do is create a community of other entrepreneurs in progress, probably just like you, who clicked on this video. So, what we do first is we look at the YouTube comments, not because I'm going to help you grow your business. I'm still trying to figure out how the hell to grow mine, but more to create, again, the community. And maybe we keep each other accountable. Maybe we do some sort of daily habits like I'm doing here. I'm making these videos daily, talking about things that I'm struggling with, things that I'm doing inside the business. Okay. And that's kind of the next topic here. What are the things that are on top of mind for me, the thoughts and challenges that I'm having? What did I do in the business today? So the reason maybe why you clicked on this video is I'm going to kind of talk about how to balance between entrepreneurship, having a family, and a 9 to 5 job. And at the end of this, we're going to be going through my important things tracker where I track all the stats that I care about inside my business. And so with that, let's get started. We'll jump right into the YouTube comments. And oh my goodness, we don't have any. So this channel's pretty new. No one's watching these videos right now, and that's okay. I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm not doing it for views. If I was doing it for views, I would have stopped a while ago. I mean, look at this. 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 3, 0, 0, 4. No one's watching these videos, right? And I don't care. I'm doing this for me. This is a great outlet for me. But I know in my heart of hearts that there's a community of people like me that want to be able to do this thing. Let's get into it. So I made I have actually two communities on Skool, and I made a post inside of the community where all the community owners are in, which is really cool. It's called the Skoolers community, and I made a post in there, and I really wanted to, I guess, kind of read through it because these are like things that I was thinking about this morning, and it's just been very challenging. Everyone in their life has challenges, right? Everyone. So this isn't me saying, oh, boo-hoo me. I was just trying to reach out to other people like, hey, how many other schoolers are there that are also parents and 9 to 5ers? So let me just kind of read through this here. Let me make this bigger, of course. Sorry. Here we go. And yeah, I don't mean to alienate any segment of this community because I did call out like a very specific group of people here, but I want to start a conversation with this group to understand how you're balancing growing your business or community, being an active parent/spouse, and doing enough to not get fired from the 9 to 5 that keeps the lights on, right? So here are my current challenges. I started my entrepreneurial journey in my mid-30s when we had a 1-year-old, and this was basically just me making YouTube videos, no real business offering or anything like that. Then I thought it'd be a great idea to build a business on the back end of the content right after our second kid was born. So apparently, I love giving myself a lot of extra work when we have a child born. It's amazing. It feels like I've started this journey at what will likely be the hardest part of my life. LOL. I'm kicking myself for not starting when I was 20 or 25, like a lot of these young whippersnappers I see online today. Proud of you guys. If that's you guys watching this, let me know. Let me know in the comments. How old are you watching this right now? I'm 36. Okay. But honestly, I didn't know entrepreneurship was even an option at that age, as silly as that sounds. My parents set my path towards education, then get a good, solid job until I retired. It sounded great at the time, but it's not for me anymore. In a way, I'm thankful for starting when I did because I've now accumulated so much experience professionally and personally that has shaped the way I help people in my community today. I'm finding it tough to gain forward momentum with my limited time, so I'm always thinking of better ways to use my time. Because of course, there are people that have a business, family, 9 to 5 job that are crushing all of them. And maybe some of you watching this video are doing that, right? So I'm thinking like there are people out there that have the same things that I have and they're crushing all of them. And I need to know why. We all have limited resources and can't do everything in life. My daily schedule is 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. I try to keep each day the same. Weekends are obviously different than weekdays. I've more or less cut out everything from my life except for my 2 kids, wife, exercise, growing my community, showing up at my 9 to 5, and the occasional friends, family gatherings. If a thing does not contribute to improving one of those above items, I no longer do it, like watching TV, playing golf, drinking alcohol, etc. So here are some questions I'm dealing with. I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to answer just one or all of them. How do you create large blocks of time without being interrupted? What were the hardest things you had to sacrifice? When do you/did you make the leap from 9 to 5 to full-time in the biz? What's your weekend schedule like? How do you balance the kid activities? How have you leveled up the types of activities you do on the business to optimize your time? How do you use your 9 to 5 income to buy back some of your time? And then maybe if you had other questions, let's try to figure it out and talk to it. So it's gotten some pretty good engagement on here. I was pretty excited about that. I wasn't sure how niche of an audience there were, because I know for a fact that like in this community, well, first of all, Alex Hormozi just like bumped like 100,000 people into this community. And I just had a feeling that most of those were going to be in this range, maybe like under 30. Probably a lot of them did not have kids or something, right? So I didn't know, the size of the population that I was going to be talking to. But yeah, it just brings up an interesting point for me, because I really think that the challenge that I'm having is like, I like the things that I mentioned, where it's like, okay, obviously my kids, my wife, my health, my business, and my 9 to 5 are the things that I care about the most. And how do I balance doing all of those things? And some people below in the comments were saying that I was too focused on the balance and that I shouldn't be balanced. And to a certain point, yes, but like, okay, so then am I supposed to allocate, like if I draw something out here, am I supposed to allocate, okay, we have thing one, thing two, thing three. Like, am I supposed to think about each one of these as like a percentage? So it's like, okay, this thing I care about a lot, so it's like my family. Am I supposed to put like percentages to these things, like, and allocate my time like that? And I know it sounds like robotic to be like allocating my time towards the things that I care about or whatever, where it's like, sorry kids, your 50% of my time for the day is now up and I need to leave, right? It's like, so some people were also trying to like, strong arm the way or into the conversation and make it sound like they were so busy. And that's not really how I wanted my message to come across here. But for the most part, a lot of people kind of felt the same way who had that many obligations. And at some point, like, I just have to realize it's my fault that I have these obligations, right? Like, I chose all of these things and I can pretty much undo most of them except for the family part. I guess technically I could undo them, but that's not really like an option. I'm not going to abandon my family, right? But like I chose the 9 to 5 life and I'm choosing to stay there. I chose to venture out and try this whole business thing a couple years ago and start just making content, and then eventually last year attach some business back end of it, right? Like, I chose to date who's now my wife, right? Marry my wife. We chose to have 2 kids. Like, all these things have been choices for me. So now what I have to do, because I'm choosing to do all these things, is I have to choose getting rid of all, like, what am I cutting? What am I getting rid of, right? Because this was a big one, watching TV or shows or, the streaming services, whatever. Back in the day, my wife and I used to watch a lot of that. And we had, nights where we would binge like 2 to 4 hours of shows, like on a Wednesday or something, right? And I'm sure a lot of people did that or do that. And that's totally fine. But now it's like, well, I need those blocks of time for this. Because if I don't have those blocks of time, like, when am I possibly going to make this happen? So like, okay, well, I can't do that. Great. And then play golf. There's a few things here. I put play golf, but it's also just like do other sort of activity sort of stuff like that. Because first of all, golf takes like 5 hours. If I wanted to do 18 holes, yeah, I could play 9 holes or whatever, right? So a couple things. One, I feel like it just makes me tired, first of all, which makes me sound so old. I'm 36 years old and I'm saying that golf makes me tired. But like, just being out in the sun, doing all the stuff, whatever, makes me tired. And also, then it's like, okay, my wife has to watch the 2 kids, like, for those 5 hours, for example. And then I come home and it's like, I'm stressed because it's like, oh, I'm eating into my work time, but then I haven't seen my family all day. And it's just like, so it's like, okay, no, I have to cut that out. It's just adding unnecessary stress for me. And then something like drink alcohol. Like, I used to do this, it was back in the day, like, frequently, and then occasionally, and now it's nothing because, like I mentioned up here, my daily schedule is 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. and that's pretty non-negotiable for me. Like, my alarm goes off at 4 a.m. every day. And basically what I try to do is I have like a very rigid schedule in the morning. So I have to start working out by 4:30. and then I have to start working on this at 5:30, and then I have to help my family get ready at 7. So I have all these like really hard stop times. So if I sleep through my alarm and say because I've done this before where I just slept through, I have two alarms, one at 4, one at 4:15. If I just sleep through my alarm and say I wake up at 5:30, it's like, well, now what? Now I have to pick. Now I have to, I can't not do the like get ready for work and help my kids get ready for work with, my wife. It's like kind of crazy in the morning. I can't quit that. So now I either have to give up exercising essentially for the day or working on this thing. And a lot of times, it's me sacrificing me working on this, because again, it's like if I were to rank the things that I care about the most, I care about my family and my health, like 1 and 2. And maybe even the other way around. Maybe I care about my health more, because I do no good to my family if everyone's worried about me being, sick or something like that, or whatever, right? So it's like, maybe like I have to take care of myself, because I don't need my family to take care of me. Like I have to be able to take care of myself. So maybe that's number 1, family number 2. And then it's probably this number 3. So it's like in that order if I had to pick. So if I wake up late, it's like, crap, I have to sacrifice the work block so I can do my workout. Not that I'm ripped or jacked or whatever, but it's just like a very good process that I like to do every morning. It just kind of wakes me up, energizes me, gets ready for the day. And I just like getting that sweat on. So I don't know if you guys kind of vibe with that. But it's really just like the weekends are more fun, because it's like instead of obviously going to the 9 to 5, now we have basically 9 to 5 with the kids. And sometimes I get a nap time in the day where both my kids are napping at the same time. And it's like, it's just incredible having like a 2-hour window on a Saturday during the day to work. Like, what is happening, right? It's amazing. I am like amped up during that time. Or sometimes I'm just very burnt, like I'm burnt out and I just end up napping. It doesn't happen that often, but it feels pretty good to do that. But yeah, guys, I don't know. Like, how do you feel about all this? Like, are you someone in that situation where you have a business, it doesn't have to necessarily be these buckets of parents and 9 to 5ers, but like you're trying to build a business, you got other like work obligations, you got family obligations or something, or you got like 10 cats or something. You know what I mean? Like everyone's got stuff. So, yeah, anyway, this video wasn't meant to alienate anyone. I just talking through this really helps, and that's kind of why this channel exists, to be honest with you. So while no one's going to continue watching these videos or even clicking on these videos, or YouTube even giving impressions for these videos, I'm going to keep making them, because it just helps me kind of unravel my mind a little bit. I don't really have that place to do that. And speaking of that, so we're going to go to our important things tracker, but in speaking of a place to unwind your mind, I actually have a community for entrepreneurs in progress, which is very cool. So obviously it's just me in there right now, because I am plugging the community through these YouTube videos and no one's watching the YouTube videos, right? So in the important things tracker, I track the things that I care about the most. So I'm tracking subscriber growth on my 2 YouTube channels. So that's my Entrepreneur in Progress channel. That's my Entrepreneur in Progress community. My main community, I have a personal finance community, so it's at 205. So up a couple peeps in the last day. So the YouTube channel, this is still going to be 4 subscribers, and then my main YouTube channel, 780. Oh, we went down a subscriber. All right. And then how much money did I make in my business today? $0. This is really pissing me off that I'm writing $0 all these days, like really pissing me off. It really kind of motivates me seeing this every day. Anyway, so let's get this community built, guys, for other entrepreneurs in progress. I don't know. I'm making this for me, but I know that there's other people out there that kind of have similar feelings based on my last couple school posts. So with that said, guys, I will see you tomorrow, because I'm doing this daily. Have a good one.